The family should take up the responsibility of taking care of the elderly ones. Your sister, your brother. The African setting provides for that.
Okay.
Even if you are abroad. If you ask a young man now, what's his priority now? He will tell you that he wants to go abroad. Whereas these facilities are here, but by virtue of negligence of government, ineffectiveness of our institutions, they are looking abroad for better opportunities. So these young ones have to be talked to on the necessity to obey and respect the motherland.
We are looking at the silver economy. We also have an in-house senior citizen. Of course, he's not a new face. He's a familiar face on Souk News Television. Please welcome Bayo Olaoye, but we call him Big Babs. So glad
to be here. Glad to be here.
Yes, happy
senior
World
citizen.
Senior
Thank you very
Citizen
much.
Day. How does it feel?
And I wish you guys too will get to that stage.
Yeah, thank you very much.
How does it feel today? What are the things you would, if you would say to the younger generation, what are the things you would like them to understand about
Keep your head, be disciplined, obey the laws, obey your parents, obey elders, and obey the laws of the land. Love the country. Minimum, enjoy minimally. Don't be excessive in whatever you do. And keep God in your sight.
So one of the things I always like to ask when I come across senior citizens, that I know it's a major concern for them, is pension, access to their pension. I cannot imagine having to put money in the bank or put money somewhere for something long term as, you know, your retirement, and having little or no access to that particular fund. It's frustrating, it's mind-boggling, it gives a lot of concern. How has it been for you, and what are the challenges that you might have encountered?
It's sad, and sometimes you get the feeling that maybe senior citizens are an endangered species, because you can imagine, personally, I retired 15 years ago from Radio Nigeria. Thereafter, I worked with Inside Communications. So those are two organizations that I worked with. And you'll be surprised that up till now, Radio Nigeria has not played ball when it means paying these pensions. And so there's the element of frustration. For instance, me, I've seen all the 5 coups in Nigeria. I saw all the 5 coups in Nigeria.
5 coups?
All the coups in Nigeria. So I have an idea of military intervention, military psyche, military perception. And I've been trying to put a memoir together just to illustrate this. So senior citizens have gone through the mill. They've seen a lot. So they should be respected. In our climb here, that is not so. And it's only recently, about 5 years ago, that this issue of senior citizens came to the light. Before, we were treated like any other person. And there's this appellation now, old school, old school. So are senior citizens a endangered species? No, they are not. Those who are in privileged conditions, in privileged positions, senators, governors, or whatever, or politicians, can claim that they are senior citizens because of the privileges they enjoy. But we don't have any privileges. Down at the local government secretariat here, they've been to my place 5 times under the pretext of supporting elderly people, and I haven't gotten any results. So that's not only fraudulent, it's unpatriotic, and it's not sitting for a man of 70, 75, 70, to still wait for government to do the needful in the area of pension.
So you feel they are not celebrated enough, senior citizens?
So. I don't think so. Just like I was telling the HR, as I was coming up, I should be having breakfast on Souk television. We are not celebrated, but it's coming up.
Okay.
If the institutions don't recognize us, if the government don't recognize us, our siblings, our children, our grandchildren recognize us.
Okay.
And they support us, they console us. They keep company with us, and they tolerate our nuisances and weaknesses and prejudices. Because Let's face it. Some people think that old men, they talk a lot. My grandchildren think that I talk a lot. And they will tell you. And I try to explain to them that it's not that I talk a lot. I try to explain things to them, but they wouldn't have it. So I have to learn a way to communicate with them.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so I'd like us to look at, you said that you retired 15 years ago, but you're still in active service in journalism. But for others, they might not have gotten that opportunity to, because the media has no restriction, age restriction. So far
the media is like law. We don't retire.
You don't retire, you continue with it. That's the luxury the media affords you. But for other people who have found themselves in other professions, maybe in medicine or any other profession, what other economic opportunities are available for senior citizens that they can, if the pension is not forthcoming or any other stipends they might be getting from relatives, children is not forthcoming, what other things can they do to generate some sort of income for themselves?
They can engage in small businesses. They can also draw on their wealth of experience to do consultancy, counseling, advisory, and like me, practice too. But by the grace of Ambassador Victor Washoluwafemi, I am here to practice my profession, to pursue my passion, and to train the young ones, expose the young ones to whatever wealth of experience that I have. And they should be busy. Attend social parties, attend to family gatherings, attend to church, attend to the mosque, attend to God, be nearer God. Then bring up or mentor the young ones. Mentor the young ones. Westernization, urbanization has eroded some of our moral values that it's unbelievable, the burden we have now to train these children to be law-abiding citizens and to respect their countries. Because basically the young ones now tend to be either pro-American or whatever. You see somebody said, putting on, I love New York. So these young ones have to be talked to on the necessity to obey and respect the motherland. That is missing. A young man now, if you ask a young man now, what's his priority now? He will tell you that he wants to travel, wants to go abroad. Whereas these facilities are here, but by virtue of negligence of government, the ineffectiveness of our institutions, they are looking abroad for better opportunities.
Okay, Baba, I want to ask, if you were not practicing, if you were not in the line of journalism that you have been practicing all your youthful age, what would you be doing?
I'll be doing law. Most of my friends are lawyers. Most of my friends are now senior advocates, judges, and that kind of thing. Law is very, very close to journalism.
Okay.
Because we pursue the same goals. We hold the public accountable. We hold public officers accountable.
Yeah.
Except one or two variations. Lawyers are really distinguished personalities. They show it in their demeanor. They say it. They respect their elders. Even in the law, when you see lawyers meet, they know they are seniors. That's not happening in the media. I've spent 53 years, but you see one rascal who has spent maybe 15 years. He's trying to prove to you the essence of media and society and whatever. Mass communication theories that don't work. So I think we still have a lot to offer the society, senior citizens.
Yes. As a senior citizen that you are, how do you unwind? What do you do for leisure? About not writing. We know you're very good when it comes to writing. I think that's your hobby, one of your hobbies rather. But when you're not writing, when you are not talking on TV, when you're not practicing your profession, what do you do for leisure as a senior citizen?
As a senior citizen, I like to listen to good music, regardless of where it comes from.
Okay.
I may have a passion for Nigerian music, but essentially, particularly, Chief Commander Ebenezer Obey is my favorite artist. He's not only a philosopher, he's a religious person. And if you look back at some of his tracks, he philosophizes about, he talks about life, society, wealth, your friends, how to manage yourself, honesty, probity. So for the past 30 years, 40 years, I've only enjoyed listening to Chief Commander Ebenezer Obey, not because of the philosophy behind his songs, but because the reason. And of course, I don't listen to Fuji.
Okay.
I don't listen to Fuji.
Yeah, okay.
And I like to listen to, there's a guy called, they call him Port Harcourt Boy or something. Yes, I like listening to his music too.
I think that is what's his
something
name?
nice. Something. Then I like to listen to good speeches, good speakers.
Okay.
Christopher Kolade, Professor Ole Soyinka, Emeka Anyoku, and so many others.
All right, so I'd like to ask you a particular question. What can technology, like telemedicine and wearable device, enhance, the senior care and create new business opportunities for investors?
Yes, because for the elderly, our main problem is drugs. And you have a scenario now in Nigeria, a very dangerous scenario, where fake drugs are on the horizon. And technology, with the advancements in our general hospitals and whatever, technology can help to diagnose diseases, peculiar diseases, dealing with elderly people, diabetes, hypertension, and what have you. The right technology will determine promptly, before it gets out of hand,
Yes.
the problems, peculiar illnesses with senior citizens. Instead of taking a variety of drugs. Some of us who are over 75 take at least 3 or 4 sets of pills in the morning, in the evening, and in the dinner. That is awesome. That is burdensome. But I think technology can improve on that. Technology can also, the elderly people who have problems with our eyesight. I think technology has gone a way to deal with that you might have defects in your eyes, but medication can help instead of putting on the glasses like you are reading. So many other things that can revive the life of a typical senior citizen.
What is your perspective about old people's home, family members taking their senior citizens, the aged
I
one?
am absolutely against it. My father,
Okay.
Joseph Ayola Olaoye, may he so rest in peace, was against it. And I think I copied him. Right from the beginning, he was against it. He was a former headmaster of Holy Cross Cathedral. Later on, he became the first editor of a Yoruba newspaper, Irohin Yoruba. My father was the first editor. So I got some of my passion, some of my mentorship, some of my creative visibility from him. And it had been, I was raised by my grandmother at 39 Kakawa Street here. Although I had a father who was enlightened, I had a mother who was, but I was close to my grandmother. I would come to Lagos after my school, my holidays. I would come to Lagos for my holidays at 39 Kakawa. And she would attend to me, despite the fact that my father and my mother can't. So, and I gained a lot from her, even though I was a boy. I can cook. There are so many things, domestic chores that I can perform, even at this age. So I think we should not, elderly people, senior citizens, should be in the company of their family and friends. Not this automatic and it's theoretical. I know people's home is there, yes, but it's not real. It's fake. And I don't think it will take care of the physical, whatever, but the emotional will not be there. The emotional problems will still be there. There will still be the emotional. You want to see your grandchildren, you want to talk to your children, you want to talk about sports. By the way, I'm a sports buff myself.
Yes.
I support Chelsea 24/7. So you must have passions that keeps you on.
All right, so yeah, you said you are against a care home.
Care home, yeah.
But in a situation whereby we've seen it so many times happen that the children of some senior citizens are not even in the country, so therefore the father and the mother are just there alone by themselves, and no one is really there to cater. You can have certain amount of money, but to have that services rendered to you when you need it. Say, for instance, the father is incapacitated to do certain things. That's where the care home gifts comes in handy. And the guest we had earlier on said that it is not like a prison. You are free to also leave at any time you want to. You should not see it as a prison. So don't you think that it is some sort of respite?
There are families. Your sister, your brother. The African setting provides for that.
Okay.
Even if you are abroad, there are arrangements for the elderly ones at home through relatives and whatever. Even concerning repatriating money, they make all these arrangements, and it's worthwhile, and it increases the lifespan of the elderly. Okay. Because when you see your people, you talk to them every morning, they listen to you. You might be inconveniencing them, but you are part of the family. The family should take up the responsibility of taking care of the elderly ones. If the children can't do it, the siblings of the elderly person can do it.
What if in a situation whereby the elderly is not too strong medically, probably has a terminal illness or something, is struggling with some form of illness, and he or she needs attention, medical attention, and cannot do it on his own? Don't you think this is where a care home would really be sufficient?
I will tell you, Olu, that the mosque, the religious bodies, the religious organization, the churches and the mosques too, have gone up to the situation, have risen up to the occasion. And I can tell you categorically that some of these organizations take care of the elderly. Just last week, we had the Grandparents' Day in the church. We also have Father's Day. The church has provisions for that. I know that in the mosque too, yes, they have provisions. The society, the African society, is gradually responding to the need to take care of the elderly.
Just before maybe it comes in, I thought I should have shared this earlier on.
Okay.
Where my younger brother was staying, the landlady, one of the landladies, there were 3 of them, the other sisters are living abroad. So the eldest lived upstairs, the last floor, just above us. And someone was actually paid to watch over her. So they stay opposite the house, directly opposite us. And what they were doing, or what we thought they were doing, was to come upstairs and check on her, see she's okay and all that. So it got to a time, all of a sudden, we did not see her. Now, it was only her upstairs. And at a point, the water upstairs stopped running. Why they didn't fix it, well, it's left to them. So she was always carrying buckets. Sometimes when I come and I see her, I try to help her. She says, no, I'm okay and all that. Sometimes she just sits by the staircase for hours. So it got to this particular time, we did not see her again. For 4 days after, a stench, a very heavy stench, was coming from the last floor. And it was raising suspicion. By the 5th day, my brother had to call the neighbor, then went to the person who was paid and asked him when last, and he was stumbling, he was stuttering. And they tried to open that door, but it was locked from the inside. They had to go through the balcony to climb in, and found her already, dead. Whom God knows how many days she has been there. So now imagine a situation whereby she checked into a care home.
Yeah.
That could have been avoided, don't you think?
Yes, that's an exception, but it could have been avoided. Don't forget that the old people's home too operate under the whims and caprices of some people, either in the ministry or NGOs or whatever. And sometimes you have this element of corruption.
Okay.
We have brought 38 bags. You may say that we have brought 11 bags. So as a journalist, I don't need to go deep into that kind of findings. But you see that some of these old people's home are not properly managed. And there are usually grumblings about administrative whatever. The result that people are not well fed. There is no kind of orientation or counseling system for them. The important thing is just to keep them there, feed them, and sometimes it will not be 3 square meals. They are not properly run. And I think churches and mosques will do better.
Okay, would you advise religious centers to have
to intensify their efforts at is it social welfare? Yes, social welfare. Social welfare departments should be created by all churches and by all regional religious organizations. Because they are from the society.
Yeah. And
as my cardinal used to say, if you don't take care of these boys, one day they will just come inside the cathedral and meet you. You have to take care of the people outside. And that's what Cardinal Okojo was saying, that we ourselves, we are laying bad examples to the young ones because we are not taking care of the old elderly ones, and the young ones coming back will follow it.
Okay, thank you very much, Big Babs. Some time ago, maybe earlier this week, I was using the BRT, and I saw this elderly woman struggling to get into the bus. And of course, people tried helping her. When she entered, that wasn't my concern. Do you know her carry, the BRT carry, was taken from her and she was tapped in. Now, she is a senior citizen. At that point, I was speechless. First of all, getting onto the bus was a problem. Now you are taking money from this senior citizen. My question is, the Nigerian National Senior Citizens Center is meant to protect senior citizens. And I think transportation, accommodation, healthcare, these are things that are meant to, housing, right? They are things that they are meant to fight for senior citizens. What are they doing? Is it that they are not doing well, or what is your take on the center?
Since you mentioned buses, I know that in London, senior citizens have special passes. I know that for sure. Not only have I used it with Chief Julie Coker in London, I have seen it, and it has worked. Senior citizens have privileges in banks. They have opportunities to take small loans, token loans. Senior citizens, when there's a queue, there must be respect. And just like you said, people don't even respect the elderly ones. You come into the bus, and except somebody insists that you get up, you don't want to get up. Now, that depends on your parental or whatever family background. But it's as bad as that. Now, that's the public for you. Until some are forced to say, get up for Baba or Mama. They will not. And that even shows you the contradiction. Now, a tradition where these young ones, except you force them, they don't want to greet the elderly ones. They think that you're a nuisance, or that you talk too much, or that, what the hell, what do you have to offer? So, it's part of the orientation, and I will call on families and religious organizations to remedy the situation by attending to their elderly ones.
Okay. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Bayo Olaoye. And once again, happy Senior Citizens Day. It's glad to always have you. We feel privileged to have you amongst us and Sook News Television. And of course, we hope to get more knowledge, more insights from you.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So this is where we will be drawing the curtains today on Just Africa, but I'll leave you with this. Africa often prides itself on being young, but the truth is our continent is also aging. And with that comes both challenges and opportunity. So now, the silver economy could be one of Africa's most overlooked growth frontiers, unlocking new industries, jobs, and dignity for our elders.